be back at halftime. But first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the national. On the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the 19 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
At their own 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham. Nickname, Automatic.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, it's Conner. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or two shy. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. There he goes, left side. Touchdown. James Conner, 61 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game. How many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his 3rd Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
And Brandon, as we continue to see so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. 2 Pro Bowls in 2 years for this man. It's Alvin Kamara of the Saints. And now look at him go. The 40, the 20, 10. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Alvin Kamara, 83 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried the fake extra point, but nothing comes of it. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 42. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game.
And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. James Conner. Second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score. Going totally opposite what it should be.
Well, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, so Johnny Hekker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hekker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
So the defense has to stay out and get one. Stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando. Business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay.
And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. James Conner on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the AFC adds on to their lead. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meeting, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Brushing off defenders. Miles Garrett of the Browns there to bring him down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And some space here. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys are back within a single score. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be...
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we're at halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the AFC. Out on top. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's going to get this all the way down to the AFC's 24. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jalen Ramsey of the Jags up to make the tackle. Toss play, Kamara. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the NFC has taken the lead. Now Breeze will bring his guys to the line to go for two. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up.